be like it's another new thing entirely. Don't worry. My name is Tolapo Olaomi. How is you?
As Sandy, and there's this thing that I came up with, that there is always a first for everything, and you need to take that bold step today to be able to get those things you're aiming for, to be able to achieve those feats that you want to achieve for yourself. Always, don't be scared to take that bold step, right? There's always a first for everything. Once again, you're welcome on board, and our Wednesday's episodes, we have a personality of the week. Who is going to be our personality of the week? You've been seeing the promo. I'm sure you're like, okay, we can't wait to see our personality of the week. But before it joins us, let's take this feature on education. We'll be back.
Education is one of the most important pillars of human and national development. Across the world, societies invest heavily in education because it is believed to be the foundation upon which knowledge, innovation, leadership, and economic growth are built. Several parents as well make great sacrifices to ensure their children receive quality education. Even governments establish schools and universities to prepare citizens for productive lives. Also, international organizations continue to advocate for quality access to education because they recognize its role in reducing poverty, improving health, promoting peace, and creating opportunities. However, despite its recognized importance, to many young people today, it appears that education is a scam. This belief is beneath viral videos of young millionaires who never finish school. It slips into conversations whenever another graduates spend years searching for work. It resurfaces each time a roadside trader earns more than a university graduate wearing a neatly ironed shirt to yet another job interview. At first glance, the statement seems convincing. After all, how do you explain a graduate driving a commercial motorcycle while someone who dropped out of school owns a fleet of buses? How do you defend education in a society where certificates do not always guarantee employment? But before accepting or rejecting that statement, perhaps it is necessary to ask an even more important question. What exactly do we mean by education? For many people, education simply means going to school, writing examinations, obtaining certificates, and eventually securing employment. While formal schooling is undoubtedly an important part of education, it is not the whole picture. Education is much broader. It is the continuous process of acquiring knowledge, developing skills, shaping character, building values, and learning how to solve problems throughout life. Schooling happens within the walls of a classroom. Education happens everywhere. It is found in lecture halls, workshops, newsrooms, farms, laboratories, libraries, homes, marketplaces, and even in life's hardest experiences. A university may award certificates, but education shapes how a person thinks, solves problems, adapts to change, and contributes to society. This distinction matters because many of the people celebrated as proof that education is a scam are in reality deeply educated. They may not possess university degrees, but they have spent years learning a craft, studying markets, understanding people, mastering technology, building businesses, or even refining a talent. They invest in knowledge just through a different route. Likewise, not everyone who graduates from a university has truly embraced education. It It is possible to earn excellent grades, yet remain unwilling to learn beyond examinations. A certificate can open a door, but it cannot replace curiosity, discipline, creativity, or continuous learning. There was a time when earning a degree almost guaranteed employment. Today, employers increasingly seek more than academic qualification. They look for communication skills, digital literacy, creativity, emotional intelligence, problem-solving ability, adaptability, and practical experience. In many cases, these qualities determine success as much as, if not more, the certificates hanging on a wall. This changing reality explains why many graduates struggle while others without formal education flourish. The problem, however, is not education itself. The problem lies in believing that education ends on a graduation day. Learning has never been more important than it is today. Technology evolves rapidly. Industries change. New careers emerge while others disappear. The people who remain relevant are not necessarily those with highest qualifications, but those who never stopped learning. For Nigeria, the conversation should move beyond asking whether education is worthwhile. A more important question is whether our educational system is preparing learners for the realities of today's world. Schools should not merely produce examination successes. They should nurture critical thinkers, innovators, communicators, entrepreneurs, and responsible citizens who can respond to real-life societal challenges. Education should also not be measured solely by the number of certificates obtained. Its true value is reflected in character, competence, wisdom, and ability to create solutions where problems exist. A nation grows not simply because its people attended school, but because they continue to learn, question, improve, and apply knowledge meaningfully. Education is not a paper framed on a wall. It is the mind that continues to grow long after the graduation gown has been folded away. Those who understand this will never stop learning because they know that the most valuable education is not merely the one that earns applause at graduation, but the one that equips a person to keep growing throughout life. The key is that success rarely happens in the absence of education. More often than not, it happens because someone never stopped learning.
Good people out there, my name is Olai Misholade. I'm your quintessential actor. I want to say, keep watching Mid Morning Show and don't touch the dial.
Yes, you should not touch the dial. You're welcome back from that extensive feature on education. Learning never ends. Like I said earlier, that our personality of the week is going to join us, and he's in the house with us already. We have Professor Olufemi Adegbeson, a sports psychologist, academic, administrator, quality assurance expert. And also, in addition, is Professor Adegbeson has taken on leadership roles in the Nigerian Football Federation, for which he has served as the vice chairman of the disciplinary board and presided over a case that made history in Nigeria football. He's also the chairman of the University of Ibadan Sports Academy Establishment Committee. He's a fellow of the Sports Psychology Association of Nigeria, and he currently holds the position of national president. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's lovely to have you, sir. All right, so looking at you, Professor Olufemi Adigbeson, let's go back to when the man was a boy. So where exactly did you grow up from, and how was your childhood like growing up?
Well, I grew up in Lagos. I was born and bred in Lagos. Growing up was fun because when we were growing up in Lagos, we had no issue of insecurity, and we had to go to school by myself as a primary school student, go to secondary school. Go to my secondary school without the help of my parents. Unlike now, where you are the one that would take your child to school, and so a lot of experience. I grew up with people from different ethnic backgrounds, and Hausa, Igbo, Calabar, people from Edo, and that gives you that opportunity to even learn languages that are apart from your Yoruba mother tongue. And things were good in Lagos, and we had wonderful primary and secondary education.
Your primary education, what's the name of the school?
Well, I attended what is known as St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic School at Surulere. I'm not Catholic Street in Surulere. Very wonderful, Catholic school. We were taught by these Catholic sisters, and majority of our teachers were Catholic teachers and the fathers. And you had quality education. When it comes to primary school education, it was quality. And I moved to what is now known as Eric Moore High School. Then it used to be one of these Jakode schools, government college at Eric Moore. Very wonderful school as well.
Was it a boarding school?
No. Okay. It wasn't a boarding school. The school was also located at Surulere, and there was fun then. We had to. I grew up with people like Ulisse. We're neighbors.
Oh, wow.
People like the Okomi brothers. People like Samson Siasia. And. I remember then we used to go to what is known as Lagos Teslim Balogun Stadium. Now used to be called UAC Stadium. Okay. So it's not far from my house and from my school. And at primary school we go to watch quality football, quality matches, and that's for my interest in having to want to study what I study.
I'm actually curious because, being exposed to football life back then, it's quite fascinating. But we're going to talk more about that right after this commercial. We'll be back. Stay with us.
The home is under attack, but not for long, because Hypo is here. Dirty floors and surfaces.
Not on our watch.
And stains the video shakara. We got the remedy, original pasa. Hypo, go hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
No greed. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go hypo.
Right, welcome back. It's still the mid-morning show on BCOS television, and we have a personality of the week with us, Professor Olufemi Adigbeson. So, sir, you're talking about growing up in Lagos, and I know how Lagos can be, but you said back then it was very easy and the journey was smooth. So, the streets credibility, streetwise, growing up in Lagos, how was it for you? And also you were exposed to football at that early age, because I know some parents, they can say, no, I don't want my child to play football, then they'll say, you have to study and all. So why was your case different? And the street credibility as well, how did you cope?
Well, because like I said, the issue of insecurity wasn't a problem
True.
at that time, and I stay around where we have these sporting facilities.
Okay.
The Surili Stadium, the National Stadium, and you know, getting socialized into sports was very easy because of those facilities. And you see, you know, your mates in school, you know, doing so well in sports. So the peer pressure there, we want you to do, you know, do what I'll call follow, and and at the end of the day, you know, such paid off for somebody like me, and it gave a kind of an orientation that made me to know the kind of path I should take. And
What was your parents' reaction to that?
well, my parents were teachers, and I wasn't. I was no strong opposition to my being involved in such things because I happen to be the last, you know, child of my father. You know, 10 children, and it's like, you know, just leave him. He knows what he's doing, and you know. But I had a wonderful mom who also make sure that she tailored me the right, even with the fact that I had, you know, opportunity to do what I want to do, what I like to do then, you know, and it's like I said, it's more like fun, you know. You know, I'm not saying we didn't have our downs, you know, we have the you know, the ups and downs, but you know, there was this thing that, you know, you know, kept someone like me going, you know, knowing fully that I have people who really accommodate me in, you know, being part of that sporting family.
So you're not get inside and they say, don't get involved, don't do that.
No, really, even though my parents were disciplinarian, but because I was doing very well in school as well too.
Okay.
So I mean that gave me that advantage. Okay, he's doing well, even with, you know, he's been involved in all these activities, and I was also even involved in, you know, this boys brigade thing too, because I happen to be an Anglican, and we know Anglican is more of boys and girls brigade, so that also occupied me, you know, while I was growing up.
Okay, so wait, sorry. Growing up with 9 siblings,
exactly.
you know, like 10 of you, how was it?
Well, the first 5 were far older.
Okay.
So I didn't really grow up with them. So they had gone their ways. And
Same mom, same.
no,
okay.
different. It's like I wasn't really stubborn, but I was. The fact that I was very brilliant, you know, so it didn't really give my parents problem, you know. But the ones that I grew up with, you know, we had wonderful moments. You know.
Can you recall, you know, some of those memories that you shared with some of your siblings?
Let me see. I was very close with one of my sister Bumi. She, even though she happens to be my stepsister, but we were very close, very intimate. And I was very close to my wonderful brother, to Dr. Adegbeson. He had a kind of an impact in also shaping my life. So it's like because we are from a family of teachers. You know, there is this thing that, you know, with Yoruba parlance, you say, "Run your money to one share," so you don't just mess up yourself, and you know. So that was we
Now give us those escapades, maybe going to someone's compound to play
well, the escapades that I would give,
playing daddy and mommy.
that I would give when I was growing up was more of in secondary school.
Oh, let's go into
that. And, you know, I happened to go to a secondary school where we have, in Surrey, we have more of these butter people, you know, the location of the school. And we used to organize parties.
Oh, wow.
Party, and in the homes of some of these our colleagues before their parent comes back in the afternoon. And I remember one day, very unfortunately for us, we had a party, and one of the one elderly woman staying in the second house to the where we had the party. You know, inform the parents of that particular, friend of ours that hosted us. And the dad of that particular friend of ours, had to inform the school principal.
Oh, wow.
And 27, and I came to UI. Then I already